There's this proud moment in every content creator's life when their creative offspring head out on their own channel adventures and don't need Papa CinemaSins anymore. Well, that. Don't you forget where all this started and get your ass back over to CinemaSins before dark, damn kids.
For all we sin it, Marvel's probably earned this 35-second self-indulgent clip-cacophony of logos. The problem is now everyone thinks they can do it. Sega releases one halfway decent video game franchise, and it's like, look at our glorious undulating mountains of IP! Slow your roll, choo-choo rocket. No one's here for you. Based on the last episode, Steven's aware that he's getting up somehow and going places, even with being chained to the bed, so why is he still bothering with it? Why are these restraints?
You there?
Of course not. Show only uses the mirror thing when it's convenient for the plot. Also, who has a mirror on a wall with a door you have to open to get to the mirror? I'm not saying these types of mirror installments don't exist, but why? Why is this mirror?
Do not tell Donna that I let you into this arena.
You mean the arena that's wide open to anyone who strolls by? That arena? This is the surveillance equivalent of having your password for everything be the word password.
What you're about to see is going to melt your brain.
No, what's melting my brain is that you never tell him which camera or a specific time, yet he always finds the correct footage. Clearly discount Dax Shepard is in on it, bruv.
It's like Area 51, like MI6 bonkers, bruv.
Calling people bruv. Also, how is this like either of those things Steven mentioned? Steven was chased by the ghost of an Egyptian jackal and gave himself over to the guy living inside his head and turned into a superhero. Shouldn't he say it's more like a superhero thing or a Sheeld thing? Even if we find out this series doesn't take place in the MCU proper, they still have fucking comic books in this world, don't they? I'm just saying Area 51 and MI6 don't cover these kinds of predicaments.
Watch, here it comes.
Suspect asks someone to look at security video to prove his or her innocence, and it ends up just making them look more guilty, cliche.
What are you doing, you donut?
Thinking calling someone a tasty and delicious treat is an insult. Am I supposed to despise Stephen or want to eat him?
Larry in maintenance is going to absolutely shoot you.
Larry in maintenance has a name, asshat. It's Larry. I guess he did say his name and I overreacted. This is awkward. Look, a Cyclops. Desktop water fountains. It's the equivalent of having an open container next to all the equipment on your desk. Why would you do that, you raspberry Danish? Yeah, see, still doesn't work.
I know this is classic HR to say, but you're not alone.
I know this is classic TVSins to say, but this classic HR goes on for all the some time. This table's had hands on it and mugs and pamphlets slid across it, yet somehow it looks as if the glass is so clean that you can see your reflection in it clearly enough to ponder if your American doppelganger personality might pop out for a bit to say hi.
Oh, mate, thank you. Oh, thanks. Cheers.
Hugging discounts Shirley Eaton and making them break character when their one job is to stay completely still. You can't go into someone's job and destroy what they're known for. Come on, Marvel, do people come into your environment and direct competent action scenes?
I'm looking for my storage locker. It's under Stephen Grant. If it's not under Stephen Grant, it might be under Mark.
This works.
Of course, I know you. Number 43, right?
And yet, you let him hem and haw for a full minute before saying anything, because apparently the show still hasn't got enough of the Oscar Isaac limey-timey yet. This is a terrible lighting system. These lights are apparently motion activated, extremely dim, only stay on for a few seconds while walking by, and make an extremely loud noise each time they turn on or off. It's almost like the system was designed for maximum creepiness, not the ability to actually light a room. And now these metal walls are polished so well they offer a perfect reflection. Look around you right now. How many non-mirror crystal clear reflections of yourself do you see? If the answer is north of 0, my apologies, you may actually be a Moon Knight.
I'd say you're a compass, but you're not pointing north.
You said, holy f*** nuggets, this Scarab is magically floating! Wrong. Also, what about its floating makes you think it's a compass? I mean, it is a compass, but I think you only know that because you read it in the script.
Hello, man in the mirror. I was wondering if you'd pop up again.
Talking to the man in the mirror. You know, maybe Steven will make a change for once in his life. I hear it feels real good. You can make a difference. You can make it right.
Look, I don't care how bloody handsome you are.
He looks just like you. He's more confident than whatever this Pommy needs his mommy routine is, sure, but what a weird thing to say to a person who looks exactly like you. Look, Marvel, I don't come to you for genuinely creepy and vibey horror thriller content. I'm here for superheroes cracking jokes and talking about Thanos. So stop it with this well-produced genre shit, okay?
Give it back, you fool.
Freeze frames. What is this, Moon Knight from the files of the police squad?
Mark? Where have you been?
Conveniently falling directly in front of your motorcycle so we can move on to the next part of the plot. You?
Feels like I'm riding with a Victorian Duchess.
That's Duchess.
Did you see the spiral you put me through?
I'd give all the sins back if we find out this movie's in the Saw universe and Chris Rock shows up to work out a routine for his next gig at Caroline's.
Stop with the accent, please.
From your lips to Khonshu's ears, Layla.
She shouldn't be here.
Setting aside the continued convenient reflection is convenient bullshit. Steven isn't even over here or likely visible in that tank's reflection. He's still by the door. So can the other personalities just appear at random in any mirror anywhere now? Can Oscar Isaac watch me in the shower? No, seriously, can he?
No, sorry, I wasn't talking to you.
But Steven knows this is how it will come off, right? This is not the first time he's been caught talking to himself, and he already knows she doesn't believe any of his story about not being Mark.
No, this is my mum's flat.
Living in your mom's flat as an adult. And if you think that's petty, welcome to the channel. Hope you stick around a while. Occasionally there's a smell of cinnamon buns. It's a candle and not actually cinnamon buns, but it's still really nice. I promise.
She's my favorite poet.
No, she's my favorite.
Jeez, guys, more than one person can love a thing. I knew Toxic Fandom started with Marceline Desbourg-Valmore. I just knew it.
I'll never divorce you.
You just discovered you were married to her, Steven. I know you were worried about the unilateral comment being creepy, but this is way creepier for the record. If Mark is really trying to get Steven to stop showing her this stuff, why is he doing it from this tiny shaving mirror instead of the glorious fish tank reflection from earlier? And how does she even hear him? I need about 20 minutes of exposition on all the rules of the mirror universe. And if you think it's too complicated, feel free to get Margot Robbie in a bubble bath to explain it.
You're gonna get her killed. You hear me?
Maybe start with that line of approach next time, Mark. And then Steven never even mentions the bag, because at this point, she's going to find out what's in there for the sake of her own curiosity.
You really don't remember why we've been looking for this.
No, but I do remember for the last 10 minutes or so, Layla's been insistent on how much she doesn't believe Steven's claims, and now all of a sudden, for no reason, she does.
I vandalized the toilet.
Referring to the entirety of the restroom as the toilet, or just simply British people. Let's just give 2 sins to make sure we've covered all our bases.
What's this? It's a paperweight.
I mean, everything's a paperweight if you try hard enough. Is there any bigger symbol of our own incessant need to commercialize everything that we have a category of items designed to hold down paper?
I thought we were going to the police station.
Nope, these two are with Gattaca's Vincent Freeman, who, despite having plentiful resources coming out of his sarcophagus sack, decided to wait 24 hours and then send a couple of lackeys to pick him up, instead of, grabbing him last night. He was probably stuck at the museum because he didn't save anything for the Uber back.
Do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Stephen Grant of the gift shop.
That's a walkie-talkie. A walkie-talkie Steven was not pressing down on when he was talking to Mark in the rearview mirror. So Harrow shouldn't have been able to hear anything Steven was saying. The episode doesn't know how to walkie-talkie correctly.
Let's get you out of those cuffs.
That's nice and all, but are Harrow and his cult going to tend to Steven's concussion as well that he almost certainly got from hitting the pavement when he fell out of that car?
That's right. That's why I'm here. To help.
Oh, I see. We've reached the part in every modern villain story where the villain tries to convince the protagonist and the audience that they're actually good, even though no one will buy it and they will be proven to be a psychopath shortly thereafter.
See, this neighborhood used to have the highest crime rate in all the city. Now, people don't lock their doors at night. They feel safe.
Zentrification.
Oh, Chase, are those the tomatoes?
Overemphasizing the when asking about the tomatoes. They're just tomatoes. Unless they give you super strength or 4-hour erection, there's no need to emphasize anything about them.
It's Victor's recipe.
Ignoring the guardrails and sitting on a crumbling artifice. You're smarter than that, Victor.
Amit knows this too well. She tears evil up from the root, casting her judgment before any evil's done.
Minority Report?
Don't you do it. Do not give Layla up.
He's been sitting there by this ultra-reflective bowl this whole time, and you wait until Harrow's done his entire bullshit monologue to pipe in? Having that much bread right next to you and not eating any of it. I don't care if it's not vegan-friendly bread. Look at how scrumptious it all is. Eat the bread, Steven. Eat the f***ing bread.
Sometimes the cure is a little taste of the disease.
Bullshit. The cure is the cure. The cure is the solution. The Cure is a new wave band from West Sussex. How do these idiots have these terrible sayings ready to go at any moment? Is there a villain soup for the soul book I need to know about?
The child is not a diseased limb.
This is true. Diseased limbs don't cry all the time when they don't get their way, crash a car in a snowstorm because it just had to have fruity pebbles, or force you to take out a second mortgage to get them a 4-year degree in philosophy. Some people might even call a diseased limb a blessing in comparison.
Do you know what this is?
Yep. Okay, yeah.
Stephen Grant of the gift shop would be the moon knightiest at TVSins.
Where's the Scarab?
I haven't.
What? But why? Why is she here? Why would she bring it even if she thought she needed to save Steven? And did she track his phone here? Did they let him keep it? And how did she get all the way in here without being noticed or stopped or frisked? This entrance is dumb on a motive level, a practical level, and a character level. Also, it's really nice we have such a strong female co-lead in this episode whose sole character trait seems to be she's very convenient and has great dramatic timing. Yay! Moon Knight. I really do love that the show is using Egyptian deities as the antagonist, but could we have gone with a look for Khonshu that was slightly more commanding than a Scooby-Doo villain?
Summon the suit.
Roll Kamoonchels. So then Jackal's been bumping into that door for the last minute or so and it just opens now? Was he messing with the doorknob, knocking gently, building tension while Steven once again makes the idiotic decision to not give Mark the body as it's written into the script? That's great that the suit helped him survive this, but what helped him survive this? From the moment Steven cliches his three-point landing to the time the Jackal jumps on him, he has a minute-long repartee with this conveniently placed mirror mark. Was the Jackal just chilling up above, waiting for his cue?
I did it! You got planted!
Scene of me finally getting my vegetable garden under control somehow makes it into the episode.
Do you reckon he's having a seizure? Nah, look at him. He's just a fancy drunk.
In what city does being fancy include a latex white head and face covering? Is this the Eyes Wide Shut universe? Please let it be the Eyes Wide Shut universe. Well, this whole rooftop chase is absolutely badass. I'm only human, guys, and honestly, I'm just glad the show has finally decided to do some moon knighting. But also, Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd are not making a TV show called Moon Knighting in this scene.
Sorry. We've always managed to keep a wall between us, but something's changed.
I'm pretty sure the something that has changed is that the story needs Mark to do some now. Pursuing 7 years of bad luck this aggressively. Needing to see the pyramids this aggressively.
I'm here to see your butt.
I'm standing here. You make the move. You make the move. It's your move.
Are you crying?
Are you crying? There's no crying!
How long am I waiting?
Different angle, yeah. Different.
You look a little nervous. First time holding a gun?
Hello, man in the mirror.
This was your idea, George. It's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Monogamy is sexual slavery.
Tell me what it is you are. What are you?
You sure you want to know?
Yes, bloody yes.
I'm Batman.
You want my body? Right, yeah. Mark, how about this for a deal?
You've got the body. I've got the brain.
Is that okay, yeah? I'm still your wife.
My wife.
Stop with the accent, please.
That's how I talk!
Well, isn't that a bit dodgy, like trusting the judgment of a weird crocodile lady?
Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.